Recording now.
All right. Now I gotta focus on my mind, dropping all the negative vibes. I wish I could sleep, I wish I could get all the shit out my head. Here's the sleepy, yeah, all this pain got me feeling so dead. Where did she go? What? Thought you would be the one to hold my hand, shooting the left, dead. Yeah, what nigga done got a new plan. Adios, bitch, go find a new man. Yeah. Never made it up to take pills if you didn't do that. I could take away that help, but I think I'm not crazy, but that's alright. No one's ever asked to find you fine, so don't go back. But I did my line, I won't die. Too many dreams in too little time, too many mountains that I had to climb. So trust me, I'ma keep on moving. I'm not free, so I'ma keep on losing. You lost me, I didn't lose you. Lyrics so deep, you wouldn't believe it's true. My life's a story, I know, not you. Don't say I'm lying, that was all you.
Yo, man. It's the Chop It Up podcast, man. It's your boy Hawklyfe. And I got a good one for you today. What you just heard was My Own by my guest, independent Dallas artist, from Dallas, Texas, independent artist, Dorinius. Introduce yourself.
Yes, sir.
What's up,
How's it
man?
going, y'all? I'm Dorinius. Living good. Let me tell you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I got it right, Dallas, Texas. The Dallas music scene is hot right now. Uh name me some of the Dallas artists that are influencing your music right now.
Well, I mean, me being around this area, like I'm more into like every wide variety of anybody in like the area of Texas. Like Mo 3 perhaps is like honestly one of my biggest students. Like ever
Yeah,
since he
rest in peace
passed,
to
like
Mo 3.
more and more people have been on him, but RIP to him, man. Like he was a great artist. I want to say there's a lot of underrated people that most people don't hear of. I got a good friend named Christian. He literally goes by Christian, and he's a pretty good rapper. He's more like underground as well.
Mhm.
He's floating about. He's always looking for like somebody to collab with. Um, I rap with a lot of other people from not only like Dallas and stuff like that, but literally Colorado. Like that dude that you heard on that song, My Own. His
Mhm.
name is Snowzy. He's actually a really good friend of mine.
Okay, shout out
Him
Snow.
and another guy I actually work with. Shout out Snowzy. I don't know. Yeah, we can do that, right? That's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah, but I definitely do say like Dallas has a good scene. With Corona going on though, it's kind of tough. However, because like not all these people want to show their face, around this
Mhm.
time. It's a little dangerous because people are starting to be, more defensive based off of like their own oppositions of how, life's going right now. Like nobody wants to get out there and just get corona or, somebody might get shot around here or something. I don't know. It's always something crazy. But
Yeah, that's everywhere.
overall, like I've been here for about a year now, man. And like I'm liking the scene. Like I'm actually from Lubbock. So that's where
Mhm.
I originate from, the 806. So I
Okay.
also represent a lot of them. I got a J High out there. I don't know if y'all know him or not. Got Scotty Too
Yeah, I know.
Hottie. I mean, he's out there too.
Yeah.
Spotty Too Hottie. Ooh, my bad about that. But
Shout out.
there's a bunch of people out there. Let's say that. Shout out everybody from the 806. Got people from Louisiana I work with. I got a guy named Connor out there, aka CNNR. It's pretty shout out him. Shout out him. But let's just say it's a
Uh,
wonderful thing going on. Wonderful
yeah.
thing. Life is all over the place.
Yeah. Speaking on Louisiana, I'm from New Orleans, and first song I want to talk about on your your inspiration behind it is Nola. Uh, Tell me what the inspiration
Oh
behind that was, and why you decided to make that track about Nola.
man. Okay. So
my life in New Orleans. I mean, I used to live around that area.
Mhm.
I moved back and forth between there and St. Charles Parish, if you know where that's at.
Yeah.
So like my mom still lives there at this current moment. I pretty much made that song from like the good times I had there and the
Yeah.
times I left and everything like that. So I pretty much went from like, let's say got that King K-pop and you already know kind of, vibe. I was just like, man,
Yeah.
that was my first time trying that stuff. That stuff was good. So like that got everybody said, I was like, yeah, I like that too. So we had that down on the paper.
Yeah.
Um, my mom was there. I had to thank everybody else that was there. I learned a lot from that area because that's where I grew up, like for quite some time, like 10 years of my life. And it was definitely one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. I decided to, go more independent and move out. And that's when I moved back to my hometown, Lubbock, because
Mhm.
I was born and raised in Lubbock. So I decided to come back and do all my independency here. And now I'm in Fort Worth, technically, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Um, tell us about As Above.
above, so below. That one also has to do more with like me going from Lubbock to Fort Worth because, you
Mhm.
know, no matter what, there's going to be a consequence for every, selection and choice that you make. And it's not always that, but sometimes, you got to get into that role where you're like, well, if I do this, if I, like, say, for instance, I cheat on a girl,
Mhm.
so there's a chance she's going to find out. So either A, she going to do the same thing back to you, am I right? Or
Right.
she going to beat you up. Let's put it that way. I mean, I ain't saying I ever done that. I mean, shout out everybody that's had that happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I will say it was pretty much about me needing to get out of that city because there's so much going on that I personally didn't like. I'm not saying it was the people at all. It was just a lot of things I didn't ever agree with in that town. Like, I mean, there might have been some options other people made yet. It's not necessarily the people.
Right.
But I pretty much wanted to get out of that town because it was just so much toxicity in that area for me.
Yeah.
No hate to anybody there. I love all my 806s, but that's when I decided to get out of there and decided to get over here.
What is your creative process like in the studio?
In the studio,
Yeah,
um,
making a song is
I
it
like to mix it up.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, so I like to mix it up, believe it or not, when it comes to my point of view
Mhm.
and another person's point of view that I can actually compare and contrast on. So let's see here. If I had to choose a song right now, I would have to say like my song Disco. It's more of like, how today's kind of generation acts more towards like the newer generation. In this instance, like I guess you could say like the LGBTQ community and not even just that, but like people that just want to vibe out and have like that social life. Like, cause back in the 70s, people were always having them disco parties, 60s, like I say mid 60s or 70s. Everyone was over here discoing and all that fancy stuff, having a great time, getting high with their friends, laughing, drinking, all that stuff. Not promoting, but I will say like they were having great times with that. And I was like, man, I really did have great times with all my friends. Like I was turning up and stuff like that, but I never really got to like into the drug scenery, I should say. So I never really used a lot of like drugs and any of my music. I can't really say I've really used any, to be honest with you. But it goes more along that line of like, that euphoria. Like you don't need to get high off of a supply in order to have that feeling. Like I could sit here saying, they go for the most. I just want to buy me a boat. I'm selling away. Off and I go. So pretty much what I say in that song is like, man, that is like my dissatisfaction of getting the heck out of here, my own euphoria. Because hey, believe it or not, I kind of want to be a pirate. My big plan is to get me a yacht, sell away, and go offshore to like Portugal or something like that, and import, export, and all kinds of fancy stuff on my own. Fishing, selling, trading. Like that's the dream for me. Let's put it that way. So I see that not only as like a state of mind that is like above and beyond my own, but above and beyond my own state that I want to be at. But like it's like my own personal heaven. Like I'm pretty sure I don't know what yours is. I can't read minds, but you have something great out there that you just like you can portray right now, and you're just like, damn, if I could be right there right now, I won't talk to nobody, put my stuff on silent mode, airplane mode, whatever it may be, and just vibe. I will enjoy this second, every second. Like it was just every second counted as an hour. I would make that second last so long, kind of in that time phase. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I totally
a
agree.
lot of feeling.
I totally agree. We all have moments like that. But who's your top five artists in your playlist today?
And my playlist today?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Let me see who I got. Okay, so I'm a big R&B person,
Mhm,
but I also do love rap at the same time.
mhm.
I do have. I don't know if you know who Masego is. Big R&B guy,
No.
plays saxophone, plays many different instruments. Okay.
Okay.
Well, shout out to
Saxophone.
Masego, by the way, but he's really good, really popular, I should say. Really jazzy. If you like jazz, anything like that, he definitely brings back that. You get that feeling right into you right away. I listen to a lot of Roddy Rich, believe it or not. He comes out with a lot of like expressive meaning in all of his lyrics as well. Sometimes I just like to listen to him because, hey man, he's always banging. He's always banging. But I listen to, like I said, Mo3. He's definitely up there, so that's like number three right there for me.
Mhm.
J Cole is always gonna be one of my favorites, and I also like JID. JID, uh, lyrically wise, flow wise, I love JID. Like he's always telling a story. He's always got some kind of colorful blend with him. That's like mixing. I don't know, a daiquiri or some shit. You know, you can make just about anything out of that, and you'll literally feel that shit. So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, I could bang him on anything. And Ron 51, I mean,
Yeah.
smoking. Let me tell you.
Absolutely. Not a bad list. Not a bad list at all. What there's a lot of artists out that's making good music, but what makes you stand out from the crowd?
Well, me personally, I'm not the guy to brag, but I will say that my music is specifically for people who want to feel more of the expression of life in a sense without having to deal with billions of dollars that they don't have, or even like the time and that escape that they want to have, because yeah, you could sit here and think like, man, I'm gonna spend me some bags or whatever every single time, but literally at the end of the day, if you're only talking about buying like designer and stuff like that, I'm not a fan of designer. I mean, I'm guilty of having it, yes, but I will say that, bro, I can literally sit here and buy furniture, and I can have more pride in that than I ever would a Gucci shirt or my Michael Kors shirt or anything like that. And, bro, I mean, do you honestly want to sit here and listen to the same song that somebody said literally like 20 billion times, like Cardi B, for instance? I'm not putting any diss on it. Shout out Cardi B. I love you. But literally, I can sit here and talk about my genitalia area like 20 billion times and I can make that much money. I mean, that's impressive if you can do that. But in the long run, I'm sitting here, I'm expressing how I feel and how other people can compare and contrast to that as well. I'm not sitting here like constantly talking about breakups or anything like that. I'm talking about like real world organizations when it comes to, how you should situate your life when you're in like trouble, whenever you're trying to feel like a sign of euphoria without using drugs, anything like
Yeah.
that. So it's like, would you rather have your children listen to something like that or literally talk about like their genitalia area all the time? Like I'm not gonna sit here and
I
tie
mean,
down on anybody at
there's
all.
all kind of different music. Um,
Right.
and that's fortunate. That's what's selling. What's selling is selling. Um, I was about to say, oh, that was selling is selling. Um, but I would say this: who is your dream collab? Like, if there's one person that you absolutely wanted to collab with, who would it be?
Man, believe it or not, I would have to say Drake.
One of the ghosts. I'm not mad at that. You know, you need a banger, at least a banger out of it. Now, methodically, you do sing. When did you start singing? How you knew you had the vocals to sing? Do you rely on auto tune a lot? Because I know a lot of rappers do. just to give me that kind of take when I say creative process in the studio.
Right. Honestly, I don't really need autotune. The only reason I use it is because I feel like when I listen to somebody without autotune and they sing, like you can feel that expression. But what the autotune does is it emphasizes. It's literally just like using any special effect for a song, like, you know, reverb, for instance. Like that can have like a specific meaning without the song. I don't use it every single time. Like I'll automate, yeah, where I use the autotune heavily and you can hear it. But for the most part, like I really don't need it. It's more of just like whether or not I feel like it needs to be thrown in there or not. Like I have an alto kind of tone voice, but I can kind of hit soprano. Like in limbo, I use maybe when it comes to the retune speed, I think I used like 50 on that. So it wasn't that much, believe it or not, until I got to the rapping part because I like the way it kind of like tracks everything when you're rapping because of the speed and the maneuver that you go through.
Mhm.
It's kind of like when you're drawing a painting or like or just painting in general or anything like that. You're literally seeing the line that you trace every time when you're using the auto tune, right? You hear it though. You hear that and it's just a flow and it's kind of like skipping around legato maneuvering. And that right there just it gives me a different vibe. I'm just like, okay, that's why I like listening to like Drake, Roddy Rich, and all these other guys. Anybody, like, I mean, shoot, you can barely hear it in Pop Smoke's voice, but you can tell he uses it too. And I guarantee you what he does is he uses like 50 for it. And RP to Pop Smoke, by the way, but he was a good guy. He was a good guy.
I like
And I mean everybody.
yeah, it's just so many people
So
that use auto tune. That's why I asked. You say you don't need auto tune.
oh yeah.
I hate to put you on the spot,
I
but I got a little game called Song Association, and I would like to play it with you
Mhm.
so you can tell me the real deal on the vocals as well. Whatever you choose. But what's gonna happen is I'm gonna give you a word, and sing a song, got the word in it. It could be one of yours. It could be industry, underground, as long as it got the word in it. That makes sense to you?
okay, you're gonna have to repeat that again. Kind of cut out on me.
The name of the game is Song Association.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a word, and you gotta sing the song that's in the word. The same. You gotta sing a song with the word in it. Now you can.
Okay, so I gotta sing
Mhm.
the word, but with the song,
No,
like in a song maneuver.
no. You're not listening. You gotta sing this a song with the word in it. For example, if I gave you love, you could sing something similar to like Anthony
Al
Hamilton,
Green.
Al Green, anything with love in it, basically. No, that's what I mean. All right, so okay, the first word I'm gonna start it off with that word to make it very easy and get your feet wet. Is love.
Okay. let me warm up real quick. Been eating almonds all day, man. All right, 1 second here. And how long do you want me to go for?
You can go for like a minute each word. It ain't gotta be nothing serious, just to let them know you're the real deal.
Do I specifically have to use the word love or just that kind of genre?
No, it's gotta have the word in it.
Okay.
Said a good one.
Let me think of a good Al Green song real quick. Okay. I'm gonna go with "Let's Stay Together." Is that a good one? Is that a good one?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you wanna do, It's all right with me. You make me feel so brand new.
Yeah, yeah, that was decent. It was decent. Uh,
Oh, I was totally giving you I didn't know when you wanted me to start.
oh yeah, you had already started.
My bad.
Yeah, I mean that was decent. Let me see. I'm gonna give you one more word. Sound a little bit shit again. Next word is
That was totally like the the irregular version of how I do it. I believe it or not, I like the freestyle and like my own rhythm too. I didn't mention that, but that's another way I get my technique going as well. So
yeah, it was decent.
uh,
It was decent. I'm gonna give you one more word. The word is what? Like what are you doing? What?
what?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Uh,
yeah, should be that
let's
right
see. What's a
there.
good what song? And I have to sing it, huh?
Yeah,
Okay. It's a song that's what do I mean? It has to be singing. God. Only thing I could think of is "What Do You Mean" by Justin Bieber.
yeah, that's a song.
Oof, but okay, I only know a little bit of the lyrics.
You only gotta say a little bit. You gotta get the point. Gotta get the point.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. What do you mean? Oh, when you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no. What do you mean? Hey, when you don't want me to move, but you tell me to go. What do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Since you're running out of time, what do you mean?
Yeah,
That's
man.
pretty much all I got in me.
Yeah, yeah, man. Well, tell the people where they can find you with streaming platforms, where they find your music and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, you can find me all over the place. I'm literally on every platform. I actually do have a mixtape dropping this Friday, as a matter of fact, too.
Yeah, if you
So
want to drop the
I'm pretty
name
hyped
of it,
about that.
if you want,
Oh, the name of that mixtape is gonna be called Sometime. That is following my album as well, or following my album, I should say. Can't speak right now. But yeah, it's called Sometime. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna consist of. I'm not sure if I want to throw in the bonus song, but it's gonna be at least 10 songs, at least. So that'll be on there. I just did them all for fun. I will have a couple of songs that are already placed out there in there just for the heck of it. I might throw them all in there, adding up to a little bit extra, just for everybody out there. Currently just working on the cover art and pretty much got that all solved and done. So after that gets out there, yeah,
yeah, man,
we're gonna
follow him
have
on.
some fun. Let's say.
Yeah, man, follow him on all streaming platforms, man. Dorinius on all streaming platforms, man. Support the movement. Also, Battle Rap Kingdom, this is our road to 1,000 subscribers. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to his channels. All that stuff, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. And be here. Because when we hit 1,000, we're having a big gift card giveaway, man. It's the Chop It Up podcast. It's your boy, Hawklyfe. Special thanks to my special guest, Dorinius, for being in the building. It's
I
Chop It Up.
appreciate you, sir.
Appreciate you. Chop It Up podcast. Chop it up. Let's talk.
Chop, chop, chop.